Hi, John Bonner here. All artists have to cope with rejection. It goes with the territory of being an artist. And I remember once the now defunct radio show Studio 360 asked their listeners to send in examples of what they called their aha moment, a moment where they might have had an epiphany about the work they were doing. And I sent in this story about a rejection I'd had that turned into one of those moments. And of course it was rejected, because that's where it goes. But I kept the story and I thought I'd make a short film about it. And here it is. Enjoy.
My 2 years at art school at Syracuse University were up, and I needed to find a job. Somehow I managed to wrangle an interview at an ad agency in New York City. I took an early train. I was determined not to be late, and whiled away a couple of hours in a New York City coffee shop near Madison Avenue. I showed up 5 minutes before the interview. The receptionist told me to wait. An hour went by. Nobody came. "Where is everyone? Isn't anyone going to interview me?" I asked her. She seemed suddenly to notice me. "Oh, there's a crisis on." She leaned over and added, "I think a client's unhappy with the campaign." I asked her if I should wait, and she said, "No, come back another time." So I walked out. I remember it was just after lunch and hot. Madison Avenue was almost empty. Perhaps everyone had a job but me. My portfolio got heavier and heavier. Did I really want to work in advertising? Had I got whatever it takes to make a career here? I had no other interviews. Everyone I had written to had either not replied or sent me a rejection letter. This was it. Then something caught my eye. On display in a window was a painting I thought I recognized. A beautiful green landscape of farmland and woods. I knew the artist instantly. I had grown up not 20 miles from where he painted in England. It was John Constable. As a student in London, I would often go to the Victoria and Albert Museum to see Constable's paintings there. Once I got permission to go into the library where, unbelievably, I found myself leafing through his actual sketchbooks. Little booklets, really, 150 years old. The trust they had in me. I could have erased them. I went inside the gallery. The owner noticed my interest and we got talking. I explained where I was from, my affinity with Constable's work, how strange it was to see it here of all places. He wanted to know all about Suffolk and the River Stour. What was it like now? Later, as I left, dizzy from the spell of Constable's work, he called out after me, "You can take the boy out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the boy." I stepped outside and hailed a taxi, and immediately, just like that, one zoomed to a stop right in front of me, just like in the movies. On the train back, I looked at all the buildings and wondered at the struggles for acceptance Constable himself had had. Many thought his work unfinished. One entry to the Royal Academy, a beautiful study of trees by the river bank, was rejected as a nasty green thing. And yet, here he was, in New York. Maybe there was hope for me. As I left the towers of New York behind, I wonder what Constable would have made of all this.
Hi, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know quite where this is going. I'm starting to make a lot of short films about art. And if you subscribe to my channel, then we can find out where this is going together. Take care.